Let me squeeze you like as your mister, and I'll show you how much I miss ya. It's a special time how we do this. When you leave, I want to go with you. Now you sweep me off from my feet. This feeling makes me complete. It take over soul, make me lose control. I'm an every woman I meet. Yeah, yeah. This feeling. And I'll show you how much I miss ya. It's a special time how we do this. When you leave, I want to go with you. Now you sweep me off from my feet. This feeling makes me complete. It take over soul, make me lose control. I'm an every woman I meet. Yeah, yeah. This feeling. Yeah, yeah. We will yeah, yeah. I'm so real. You make me want to jump. This kind of feeling. The way he does it. Make me wine and touch the floor. Music in my brain, and I'm going insane. This kind of feeling. Let me squeeze you like as your mister, and I'll show you how much I miss ya. It's a special time how we do this. When you leave, I want to go with you. Now you sweep me off from my feet. This feeling makes me complete. It take over soul, make me lose control. I'm an every woman I meet. Yeah, yeah.
Hi, good night.
Hey, Melinda, how you doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm good.
Well, welcome to Walkabout TV, where you can find your rhythm and find your tribe. Thank you for being a part of Find Your Rhythm tonight.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it.
So I just want to start off by getting into your story a bit. So first question is basically, I know you started your music career in the Calypso arena. What drew you to Calypso?
To be honest, what drew me was the fact that I couldn't participate in anything else. So I was young. I was at the age when I first started singing calypso. I was, I think I was 10 or 9 years old. I first started like doing any kind of stage appearances in Prince and Princess. I did two Prince and Princess competitions back to back. And then it was like when I went back to school again, like I want to be back on stage. The school told me like you have to give somebody else a chance. This is not the year again. You already took all the shine. Give somebody else a chance to go on the show. Like, okay, cool. I want to be on stage though, so I'm going to be on stage. So I went and I did calypso. So I went to junior calypso. My mentor told me, like, hey, you should do calypso and stuff. I said, okay, no problem. I'm going to do it. So I was 9 years old at the time. When I started calypso, junior calypso. Never had a passion for singing or nothing like that. I just wanted to be on stage. So I knew I could have sang, but just like I just wanted to be on stage. So that's where the calypso thing come about. And I did calypso for about 4 years before I ventured into anything else.
So you did calypso about 4 years before venturing into soca because you just had a love for the stage and you couldn't continue competing for
I couldn't be on stage anymore, so they say, hey, find the next best thing, and just that's what I did.
Okay, that's an interesting story.
Yeah.
And how do you think competing in calypso shaped your confidence and your skills as a performer?
It's a different arena, in my personal opinion. Like I feel like soca is a lot more freeing, but with calypso, it's a lot more technical, and it's a lot more things that you worry about when it comes to the calypso arena. So I feel like when it comes to being confident, it made me a perfectionist when it comes to stage. Like when you, especially people who just like the first stage appearances are band driven, they are a lot more free. They're not as calculated as I am. But the fact that I came from calypso into soca, I'm a lot more calculated. So a lot of my things that I do is from a calculated standpoint. It's from that standpoint of me knowing that hey, it's either X or O's. It's not in between. So definitely, the confidence drew when I perform more and more. But in terms of how I approach the stage, it's a lot more professional now that I started in Calypso Arena.
Okay, that's interesting. I would have never think that, you know, the structure would have made a difference. Like calypso being, I guess, more formal, maybe.
So it's a lot more. It's a lot more. It's a lot more things you have to put into play. It's more like a. It's similar to pageantry. It's like a drama piece you have to present. It's not you just singing. With soca, it's a lot more freeing. As I explained to one of my friends recently. I told him that soca is a very forgiving genre. You can make a mistake and nobody will never know you make a mistake because it's so much energy driven that you just people in the vibe. With Calypso, if you sing a line twice, people are listening to that because people come to Calypso to listen to the lyrics and so not really enjoy the music, but listen to the lyrics. The same thing when it comes to like rap and R&B, people listen to the lyrics of the song, not really enjoying the whole vibe.
I never thought about it like that. So, yes, my next question would be, what are some of the lessons you took from the early years in terms of performing?
um, like in regards to which arena, Calypso or just in performing in general?
Like in performing in general. So I know you started with calypso and now you
Mhm.
transition into soca. Like, how has your earlier years in calypso, the lessons you learned there, how have you been able to use them to transition into this new genre?
Definitely. So I think with some of the lessons that I've learned, in Calypso, to transition into soca would be how similar they really are. Like now, like reflecting on it, how similar they really are, and foundation how much of foundation I love for soca music have Calypso given me. Like the way that I make music, to be honest, it's really bounded within my foundation of being a Calypsonian. Most of my artists that I'm attracted to really and truly had a foundation in Calypso as well. When you talk about Marshall, you talk about Kes, you talk about these performers that really and truly had a connection to the heritage, it makes my not only my performance, but it makes my music on a whole very tied into the foundation of what music means to me, which is calypso.
Got you. So I know you transitioned from pageantry to calypso now into soca.
Mhm.
What inspired the transition from calypso to soca?
That's a good question. I always wanted to. I always wanted to, but I feel like and it had a point in time where bands was everything in Angola, still is, but we're transitioning now. We have half and half. We have some solo artists and some bands, but at that point in time when I transitioned, everybody wanted to be in a band. I was 12 years old. At that point in time, you had Better Vibes, you had Ecstasy, you had Exodus, you had about 7, 8 bands. Like bands was really a in thing. Like right now, it's like you might have 3 or 4 bands. Back then, it was like 7 or 8 bands. Everybody wanted to be in a band or start a band. Anybody that could have played music played in a band. So for me, I just wanted to be in a band. I wanted it to be popular. I wanted to do the things that everybody else was doing, not knowing that it'll help me kind of find myself and not knowing that it'll help me find Viggy and who Viggy really is, who I am today. It shaped my reality where it's like I just wanted it to be in something that was cool or popular, but it made me find a part of myself that I can't let go to this day. So the transition really and truly, to go back to the question of saying why I transition or how I transition, it was, to be honest, it was just me wanting to do something that everybody wanted to do. Basically, it was a popular thing, and I just wanted to jump on the bandwagon. But it helped me to find myself.
Okay, that's an interesting story because most of the time when people jump on a bandwagon, that has nothing to do with them. It doesn't
But
really, it doesn't evolve into you finding a hidden talent or passion.
for sure.
Okay, so my next question is, was there a defining moment or experience that made you realize that soca really was the path you want to pursue?
Mm. Um, I would say every year. And the reason why I would say that, and I would expound on that. The reason why I say every year is because every year I say I'm finished with soca music. I'm finished with music on a whole. But I always go back to it. And to be honest, something that I've accepted this year is that I cannot be myself or be a productive version of Vig if I'm not creative. I have to be. I have a million and one openings. I have a lot of things that I do outside of music. I big in fitness. I love sports. I love cricket. But the
Yeah.
only thing that I can channel into that makes me feel free and forget about everything else in the world is music. You can put me in a studio now. I don't want to leave, and I don't know how to leave until that mixer's turned off. And that for me, I feel was that defining moment to know that, hey, I can't do without this. It's like having a relationship and knowing that, hey, I am moving on unless this crashes. It's like our music. It's not going anywhere. I have sealed and signed it. I'm married to music at this point because I realized over the years, every time I say this is it, it turns out to be another song, another big year, another thing, another version of Biggie that I have climbed out of and realized that, hey, this is what I'm gonna do.
That's a very interesting way to put it, but I kind of understand what you mean.
For sure.
Basically, you're saying that soca is a form of expressing yourself, and because
Exactly.
of how it makes you feel, you don't know if you could do without having
That,
that.
that's it.
So most recently, I would have noticed that you were on a media tour in Trinidad, which is basically the home of soca, the origins of soca. Could
Mhm.
you tell me a little bit about that recent tour?
Amazing. First and foremost, just it was amazing. I love Trinidad. My heart is bleeding over right now. I want to go back. If anybody's hearing me and I'm a Trinidad friend, send a ticket, please. But Trinidad is amazing. The love that I felt down there, when it comes to culture, when you go down in those kind of places, when you go into the bigger islands, like we are so afraid and think that there's a gap. But when it comes to when you're bringing culture to these kind of places and the culture is good, they accept it with open arms. And I am really, really glad with how they received my music, how they received Angola's culture on a whole. And it was a very successful media tour. Like it wasn't no media outlet that I went on, no radio station, no TV show that wasn't very receptive. Very that didn't feel the inspiration or the vibe, the essence of Angola when we stepped in. And that for me was the most iconic moment of the whole tour. And knowing that I had everybody from Angola rallying behind me while I was down there doing what I was doing. So that was amazing.
And just to add to that, I used to live in Trinidad, and it wasn't
Oh,
always like
okay.
that. Yeah, I lived in
Yeah.
Trinidad for a while. It wasn't always like that, but I realized in recent years they've been more receptive to accepting music outside of the Trinidad, the traditional Trinidadian song. So it's really
And
good.
to act on that, to be honest, to add to that, the thing about it is, it's like this. It's like it's a pride thing where it's like soca and calypso was created there. So
Yeah.
it's like, hey, we're gonna hold on to this treasure because we created it. So now it's like, okay, we're gonna let the rest of the world, and we're still gonna be a little skeptical about it. We still have to conserve our heritage. And for me, that brings a lot more gratitude as well, knowing that, hey, these people pick it. Like I ain't gonna be honest with you. Ain't every like ain't everybody it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows and stuff like that. It was some challenges, but the majority of people was like, hey, you are amazing. Angola's amazing. I have to check out what Angola has to offer. I'm coming to your country. And for me, I feel like the job is done. The job
Yeah.
was done. The job was because I stayed in Trinidad for 7.5 months as well. So I know how prideful the people is and how much of like hey, this my country. I gonna be raw about it. I ain't really sure it. I know how that is. But in regard to that tour, the love, the people that I meet, people that was some of my heroes. Some of the songs that some people that I met I didn't even know after that did some of the songs that I am a big fan of. I met some people, interacted with them, share stages with them, was backstage with them, and not knowing that these people, some of the favorite songs I play today, these people are the founders, the writers, the artists of. So I just gotta shout out everybody that I met on the tour, all the connection that was made, and definitely there's some big things to become from that trip as well too very soon.
That's good. That's good. You're jumping ahead of us, but that's okay. Forgive me. I feel like my sinus has been acting up. So if my voice sounds a little weird, that's basically why. So you went on a media tour to Trinidad and you had a great time. What was like, how long were you there? What were some of the highlights for you?
So I was there for just a week. It felt like three, but I was there for a week, to be honest. There was a lot of it was busy. Like you could even like if you like my PR agent, she recently made a recap video on TikTok. You can head over and check it out. Her name is
Mhm,
Adana. Adana Publicist. I'm not too sure what her handle is, but
mhm,
name is Adana. You can check out her page and check out her recap on the tour. But she did said it. She said that it was a tiring week. We
mhm,
was going from this to this. We got gig in the night at 11 o'clock. Then we got radio in a morning interview at 6 in Trinidad and Angola. People, we can't drive 10 minutes to any place in Trinidad. To be
mhm.
honest, I was staying in Port of Spain in a place that I had to drive to was 15 minutes. So and that's like in tongue. So I still had a road to drive, still had to navigate parking. You have to move on a cadence when you're moving in Trinidad. So everything just felt like pressure, persistence, down the road, let's go. But at the end of it, to be honest, it was amazing. I feel like one of the biggest highlights was me being able to perform. I
Mhm,
wasn't prepared to perform. I went on there for interviews alone.
mhm,
Um, by the time I overpacked my clothes and all because my girlfriend told me like, "Hey, you're packing too much clothes," and I was like, "I don't know what can happen," and just so said, so done. And at the end of the trip, I didn't had a boxer to be able to roll over. Like that was it. Like we did so many things, and it was so receptive. And I got to shout out Adana again. Got to shout out Jai, shout out Christmas, shout out the people who made this possible. Because at the end of the day, the trip was amazing. Like the receptiveness, I'm still on the moon because of how receptive the
mhm.
people was to what was going on.
So basically, there's space for you in Trinidad to collaborate and to go back
Definitely,
along and perform.
definitely,
You
definitely,
went, you made your mark, you connected, networked, and you'll be back.
definitely, definitely.
So you basically made it your mission to bring Anguillian soca music on a regional and a global stage. How is this important to you?
Hmm. I feel how is it important to me is because I feel it's important the angular. Let's put that first and foremost. I feel like when I was down there, when I first went, it was like yeah, bigger going. Then when it set in and I realized like when I talk to certain people and I was like, hey, you know that you probably the second Angolan that ever did something like this, I tried something like this, and it's like, but bro, like it's bigger than what I thought it was. Like I just thought it was just me going under the radio station and just trying to get people to know my music. But when I left and I realized that, hey, um, yeah, like why Angola Carnival, like, yeah, man, I gotta come to Angola. I gotta come to Angola Carnival. I got it. Such an Angola right now. Why the ticket prices like that for me understood, made me understand that, hey, this is serious. And for me, I started to kind of walk with a shield and a sword from since then because it felt like I'm a warrior on a mission that in this present time only me can do. So, and it's a very delicate mission as well because if I don't do it right, no other Angolan get to do it. Because we talk about with Trinidadians, we are very picky. They are very picky. So
Yeah,
therefore, if I came in and didn't do a good job, it's like I want him to come Angola again.
right.
I had to be very particular with what I do when I'm saying that this is where I'm from. So I
Mhm.
was a lot more shield and sword when I realized that hey, I am on a mission for my country at large at this point. So for me, it felt very it felt like an honor. It felt like I had a big mission to do, and I took it as such. I took it as the fact that hey, I ain't doing this for me. I'm doing this for my country.
Yeah, you're really like an ambassador basically at this point. A soca
Yeah,
ambassador for Anguilla. And
yeah.
because you're like a soca ambassador for Anguilla, what do you think makes soca music in Anguilla unique? What do you think makes your music unique?
To be honest, I feel I feel what makes my music unique, what makes soca music and what are unique is our experiences. One, what we talk about the cadences that we use, how we speak in general. That's something that nobody can replicate. But I feel like one of the things that needs to be conversated a lot too, same way, it's it's creating like okay, McDonald's, right? It's creating slight changes in things that people don't even notice for change. I feel like I feel like we can't be so persistent to be so different that we kind of miss the mark in getting into markets that know nothing about our culture. So we have to kind of give them something that makes them feel like, hey, that is fresh, but it's still similar. Like it's fresh, but it's fly in the same sense because it's like okay, we ain't hear this before, but I could do with this because it's kind of give me a vibe like that. And that, but it kind of give me a vibe like that. So I feel like my music in particular, that's been my aim all the time. All of my music is basically homegrown, except for like two songs where it's
Mhm.
not like locally made or produced there. But most of my songs, even the song that sound like Trinidad, is made by KJ Webster and Uncle Sylvana Daddy. So most of my songs are homegrown. Even the song that song Road that sounds like a Trinidad song, like culturally Trinidad. That was a song that KJ made. So
You
it's
from
like, hey,
you
I'm from
from
South Valley. We from South Valley.
Only superstars como Casa Valley.
We from South Valley. So yeah, definitely like so Kaja made all of my stuff. Most of my stuff came from Kaja and Live Rock. Like so it's like and these are the sounds that people will able to be regional or international. But these sounds come from home. So it's like if we could do this with Viggy, what we can do all the time. You know,
Right.
like these are the songs that people are resonating with and are hearing and saying like, "But that one there sound like a Kiss, but that ain't Kiss." So who he is? Let me go look for him. Let me go see what the rest of his music like. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's one of my missions with my music as well. To bring something similar, or just twist it on the side of it a little bit. So at the end of the day, it's like we standing out, but we still gonna get into the market. So you're gonna let me in, but when you let me in, you're gonna realize that yo, we got a little differentiality, you know? But that's what it is.
So when you get in there, what are you gonna do?
Stay first and foremost. But definitely when I get in there, it's just about it's like this. It's the metaphor that they say that you can't you can't throw you can't throw your help somebody climb while you're trying to climb at the same time. Somebody gonna fall. So for me, one of my biggest missions is to bust the gate open for Angola at large. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the Virgin do it. Like when I tell you like the amount of Virgin artists that I met down there when I went, it's excuse me, it's crazy. Like so much Virgin artists are down there, and they're not down there participating in carnival. They are down there running events. They are down there being overbooked. Purple is on every stage with Marshall. Todd is
Mm-hmm.
on every stage with Nyla Blackmon. These people are running carnival at this point. And it's an invasion because one person went ahead and kind of changed the narrative of what we are known to do and break into a market that allowed everybody to break in. So I feel like we kind of have to play the game. I don't know if you ever saw the game Imposter, or you kind of have to play the game Imposter to be able to kind of get into the market and then invade the culture. So I feel like that's my biggest mission. My biggest mission is I feel like I just want to be the mole. I want to be the person that breaks through the gate and allow all of my other brothers in music to do the same. That's what I want to do.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So when we spoke, Before even getting to that question, so what do you foresee as being some of your challenges right now in terms of busting that barrier, breaking that chain, getting into that market, and being like not Viggy who went on a media tour, but Viggy who is recognized when he is in Trinidad?
Can we this is a platform that we can be honest?
Of course. This is
To be
walkable.
honest,
This is find your rhythm. You are trying to find your rhythm into that market. So
to, to be
people,
honest, it starts at home. I feel like we need more support. Angoleans need to come out of a culture of supporting who they feel they need to support and
yes,
support any Angolan that is doing something positive.
yes,
So supporting people that is trying to share our culture, supporting any Angolan that is doing something remotely positive to be able to push Angola further. I feel like it needs to start there. At the end of the day, yes, the support is there for big initiatives, but I definitely feel like we need to always rally behind our people and push our people to the fullest degree. Because at the end of the day, it starts here. It starts, people need to see that, hey, Angola is strong in this regard. These people are coming to take over. Not that it's one person is coming to take over. They need to see that, hey, when this person is here, a whole country coming behind this person. It needs to start there. I feel when it starts up, then at the end of the day, it's going to be a lot easier on all of us.
yeah. I totally agree. I feel like in Anguilla, I rep a particular band, you may rep a particular band. And I know you're an independent artist, but I just using this as the example. And
It happens with the artists as well. I've seen situations where I went out to enjoy myself, went out to gigs, and I stand up and I run a certain group of a certain crowd, and it's like somebody will come on and they doing them thing, them they act them is actually good. But because they come out to support me, they mean bopping them head, they mean going up front, they mean put on them cameras, they mean doing nothing because what? I come to support Vicky. And for me, that'll help my heart because I'm an artist. I remember when I was that person up there trying to beg somebody for a support system. So at the
yeah,
end of the day, let's support each other. Don't matter how small the person is, how big the person is, we all need that push. And it starts home. It starts from home where all of us jump up for all of us because we're holding one flag. Because when we go there, it ain't got no exodus and thing on PBI. It got Angola.
that is the truth. That is the truth. And I feel like sometimes, and I don't want to take away from your conversation too much. I have a friend in particular, like we crack jokes about Exodus PVI all the time, but at the end of the day, we are friends in real
Mm-hmm.
life and we
Mm-hmm.
don't take the band talk seriously. If there
Mm-hmm.
is a PVA song that I like, I would tell him like, "Bye, PVA got a good song. I like this."
Yeah,
And if there's an
definitely.
Exodus song that he likes, he'd be like, "You know what? Exodus was good." And vice versa. If he don't like it, he don't like it. If he like it, he like it. And that's the way it should be. But I feel like
Definitely.
sometimes the segregation within supporting your own culture in Anguilla could be to the detriment. And then when you break the barrier, you have so much support.
Of the whole, it's gonna be the detriment of the whole country because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna believe in you unless you're somebody I have already believed in. But at the end of the day, you should believe in that person because they're doing something positive for the country.
Yeah,
Regardless of why you feel that is happening, you should believe in that person because they're doing something positive for the country. That's how I feel, you know?
yeah.
So yeah.
And I agree. We need to stop trying to support them only when they pop out on a flyer overseas or in an article overseas. Like we should be able to be supporting our own in terms of
Yeah.
music and in
Yeah.
general, actually, while they're
General.
on the ground.
Definitely.
While they're on the ground. So I think last year you went to the USVI to perform for Carnival.
Hmm.
Was that your first time performing overseas as an artist?
Definitely. It was my first time ever touching a regional stage. Was the first time touching a regional stage to perform. Yeah.
And how was that experience? How did that even come about?
Well, that experience was amazing as well. Like that was a turning point. Truthfully, and fun fact, like if I didn't probably get that call to go on that cultural exchange, I probably wouldn't be doing music right now. Then again, I saying this now, I probably would have still been doing music because I just don't know, just can't go nowhere. But I did make up my mind that yeah, it was a Brenda song. So that would be no Soca Monarch, no no press release either.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I wasn't bringing up a song, and if I do bring up a song, it would have been a song just because people expected me to bring up a song, not because at the end of the day
Your
I
heart.
exactly. So it came about, to be honest. I was reached out to by Ivan and Buki. 'Cause that was one of the first things that they kind of did in the preparation for Carnival.
Mm-hmm.
In collaboration with other things that they was doing. So we did that cultural exchange where they were sending a group of us to go St. Thomas to perform, and St. Thomas would have sent a group of people down here to do the same thing. Um, and to be honest, that exchange was really really dope as well. Very short time. Like most of these things, I wish I had more time with. Because, like, to be honest, like even with the Trinidad thing, I just wish I had more time. With this trip in St. Thomas, the same exact thing. I wish I had more time. But as I say again, St. Thomas was a little more scary for me. Trinidad, I was a little more excited because I kind of know that my music kind of resonates with those people a little bit more. But St. Thomas was scary. But it was so, like, it was so liberating to see the reaction after. Because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know the reaction I would get from St. Thomas Girl. But when I went on the stage and I came on stage and I realized, like, hey, people messing with my music. Let's do this thing. Like, then is when I got excited. Like, I was really, really terrified. I didn't know how they would be, how receptive they would be to my music. But I just know I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna try my best. I will try my best. But it was definitely a scary experience. But I was very thankful for the experience because I knew that all I needed was a chance. All I ever wanted in life was a chance. That's true across the board. I played sports all my life, and I have always seized every opportunity that I always get in sports. Music was the same way. I've never not say that, hey, I'm not talented enough. I've always said that I just need a chance to show what I have to offer. So it was definitely an experience that I was grateful for, and I think it kind of catapulted me into this what I'm experiencing now. It kind of catapulted me into this version of Biggie.
Viggy 2.0.
Definitely. That is
When we spoke privately, you were kind of mentioning you had aspirations to compete for the Soca Monarch in Trinidad. How is that going?
to be honest, unfortunately, ain't much people that know about this. It was you, my girlfriend, my family members, and my team basically, so Leaford. Um and it wasn't a walk, so we did send in our application and stuff like that, but unfortunately we didn't get through with at the semifinals. It was still good to know though that we was offered the chance to go ahead and present ourselves, because it's a competition that thousands of people want opportunity to be a part of, and they don't get opportunity to be a part of. So it
Yeah.
was really, really, really good that we got the opportunity to be able to present ourselves and be a part of, because we went to a conference, as we were invited to a conference to sit down. We actually met the organizers room. We met everybody and stuff like that, and networked as well. He was actually looking out for my application as well and stuff like that. But unfortunately, there was a lot of big names that are part of the semifinals list. Like we're talking about um Iowa Judge,
Uh-huh.
Nyla Blackmon, Preety, Ding Dong, like a lot of big names came back for this year because it wasn't happening for the last 3 or 4 years. So a lot of people was like, hey, I want to get a piece of this party now. So to be honest, it was still good that we was actually considered still to be a part of the competition. But yeah, that's what it is.
Well, something that I say in my day-to-day life is like nothing is a mistake. If you could visualize and see what the door looks like,
Hmm.
you can find out how to find a key to unlock it.
For sure.
Because you now know where the door is.
For sure.
You've had an experience of the door being your application.
For sure.
So then you have more opportunities in the future just to figure out how, okay, I know how the door looks. This is the shape of the lock. Eventually you'll figure out the right key to turn that door and open it.
Yeah,
That's the
that's,
way
yeah,
I like to look at things sometimes.
definitely.
So that was your Trinidad experience, your USVI experience, and what is next for Viggy? What does 2025 have in store?
To be honest, I forget that we in 2025 because I've been living 2025 musically since Sokomona. So we've been walking. Um, to be honest, what my mission is right now is to push energy, keep pushing energy because I feel it's a song that don't deserve to die anytime soon. So we have a more big things in regards to the song. We're working on a music video. Um, we're gonna be working on something again. I can't really talk on that yet because I'm not too sure how that's gonna play out. But we're working on something big, something branded, something that I haven't done as yet. We're gonna be working on that. You can look up a lot of collaborations from this trip that I went on to Trinidad. I'm as soon as Carnival, the dust from Carnival died down, we're gonna be doing a lot of collaborations with a lot of artists and a lot of producers down there that's already in the works. So that is definitely something to look out for. And a lot more of this, a lot more people getting to know Viggy for who Viggy is, a lot more people getting to know my story, and really and truly just connecting back to the roots of what who I am, what I have to offer, and what the people need to see.
That's good. That's good. So my next question is, what excites you about all of this that you have in the works for 2025, and how does it play into your long-term musical goals?
Mm, that's a good question. What excites me? Um, a chance. I feel knowing that I get a chance to, because even with sorry, my media run. To be honest, I was really excited just to be there. I
Mm-hmm.
could care less about what the reception was from the people of Trinidad, and it was an honor to know that they was as receptive as they were. But really and truly, that wasn't really nothing for me. To know that it gave me a chance, that's what it was. Like so, just to know that opportunities are there, it makes me excited. Just to know that I have a team of people that are going to work with me on these opportunities, it makes me excited. Just to know that I can get a chance to create music, collaborate with this person. I now have this person's phone number. It allowed me to know that my dreams ain't far fetched. People that I spoke to, people that I spoke to years ago when I first started singing soca music when I was 12 and 11, and I would tell them like, hey, I want to be able to do this kind of music. I want to be able to work with these kind of people. I want to be a Kiss. I want to be these kind of people. To see what I'm doing now, I know some of them probably to cry because they know that hey, this is the reality, and I'm close. Like I don't think it dawned on me yet to know like what was really going on. Like I was in rooms with some of my biggest inspirations. Like I was bonding and playing around with Preety and making jokes with, making jokes with Ding Dong and, meeting Travis Wall. Like these people that I listen to their music every day.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing Kess and shops and seeing them on the road and being this close to these people, it lights a fire under you that nothing can extinguish. And that for me is the only thing I could be excited for. To know that there's possibility to climb.
So, did your team connect you with this media tour, or was it a perk from winning the show?
It was something that was done within the team. Big shout out to Joy and Crispin. Meeting me, introduced me to Adana, which is my publicist in Trinidad. And yeah, that's where it came about.
I think when Pumpo sang the A list, it really like shattered throughout the Caribbean. I
Mhm,
think I looked at an interview where he was saying like he has a publicist, he has a team, a Trinidad team, and he has a team locally. So his
mhm,
Trinidad team is like responsible for trying to get him into these spaces, the same or similar spaces that you
mhm.
are now getting into. And then of
Definitely,
course his local team helps him with the USVR in I guess the wider
definitely.
Caribbean. So
Definitely.
yes,
Big
great.
shout out to Adana as well because Adana works with Pumpa as well. So that's the same publicists are the same team that we work with. So definitely big shout out to Adana. I hope that probably she's supposed to be on this live now, but no big shout out to Adana.
Well, you're on the right track then. You have the
Definitely.
right connections. That's
Definitely.
really good. Okay, so we're actually wrapping up. I'm looking at my questions. I'm realizing that I'm running out.
Uh-huh.
So I wanted to ask, where can fans find you on social media? And how can they stay updated with your latest music and performances?
Definitely. I feel, let me just put another disclaimer out there. I feel that we need to stop being WhatsApp warriors and started to subscribe to other people's channels. Like WhatsApp is not the only social media platform. It is technically a social media platform, but it's more instant messaging. But people use it for social media just because it quick either to go to a status, click, 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 click. But people need to go to people's real pages. Like I post a lot of stuff when it comes to my music on my Instagram, and my Facebook. Like you can find me here on this Facebook page, Viglef Viggy Gumbs, or you can find me predominantly. I post most to all of my stuff in regards to music on Viggy the Artist. That's VIGGYDAARTIST. So I post all of my stuff in music there. You would really find me posting on WhatsApp and then posting over there. I post everything over there and leave it there. So therefore, guys, head over to my Instagram, follow me, follow me, follow me, because all of the updates will be there. We have a lot of big things coming. We have a lot of things that we are doing. I want you guys to really stay in tune with what we are doing, because we're gonna be moving fast. We got a lot of things we'll be planning. This brain up here don't sleep. So there's a lot of things that's going and a lot of things that I want you guys to be a part of. So make sure follow my Instagram page. We'll get back on TikTok as well, Adano. Because I don't want them, Adano make me get back my TikTok account, so you can follow me on TikTok as well, Figure the Artist as well.
And I agree with you. I made this page last year, but
Mhm.
I didn't get the opportunity to. Things happen. I didn't get
Mhm.
the opportunity to actually be pushing the page, promoting the page, and I realized, like, with me trying to now start actually being active on the page, it's like people will quicker look at what you post on WhatsApp than what you post on your social media platforms, unless it is like, I guess, something personal. So what I kind of did, and maybe you can do the same. When I was going to sing His for Sugar Mass this year, I posted on my WhatsApp status. I was like, I ain't posting none of my business on WhatsApp. Go on TikTok, go on
Yeah,
Instagram in the stories, because I ain't posting none of it here on WhatsApp. And it
yeah,
kind of worked. It kind of worked. So maybe that's something you should do. Put that disclaimer. Oh, there's nothing happening here on this WhatsApp.
yeah,
Go on
yeah,
go on my pages.
for sure, for sure.
Because most of the time it's like, oh, that look nice. Send me this, send me that. Like if you
Yeah,
post a funny video
yeah,
or something like that,
yeah,
and
yeah,
they
ex-
repost on WhatsApp.
exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Well, Vicky, it was lovely having you here on Walkabout TV, where you can find your rhythm and find your tribe tonight on Find Your Rhythm. I am happy to hear that you've been having these amazing experiences. I know a little bit more about your whole musical journey and what you have in store for 2025. You don't have to be a stranger here on Walkabout TV. So if there's anything exciting that you have that you want to talk about or just promote, you can always hit me up and let me know. I wish you all the best in your endeavors with music and in life in general, because I know you do other things outside of music.
And thank you so much, Melinda, and I appreciate everybody on Walkabout TV for being able to tune in and just get a little more taste of what Vega has to offer and Vega in general. I appreciate all you guys.
Thank you so much. This was Walkabout TV. I am Valentia Samuel, the certified Walkabout. Thank you to those who are tuned in now and those who may tune in later. This is Find Your Rhythm. Thank you, Vicky, so much. We're out.
Peace.
Peace.
Everybody, show me that energy. The rhythm that beats in way. Then we make a memory. And let me see every other them. That energy. The rhythm that beats in way. Then we make a memory. And push them up, right up, right up. We don't know about behavior. When the feeling take over. All we know is just how we moving. How we getting on. What's up for them whining